Welcome to your weekly market update. As you can see, mortgage rates are elevated a little bit week over week. Remember, the lower on this chart, the higher the mortgage rate. And after any huge run up like we've seen, if you look back into this area all the way up, you'll see that mortgage bonds have just rallied immensely and rates have gone down sharply. And any markets have pullback during this period where traders want to take some of their profits off the table so they don't lose money and make money. That's what's happening right now. You're seeing a little bit of concern of wage-based inflation. The data showing the job market's a little bit stronger than we would like for inflation to come down. So time will tell, but here's what I know. The CPI, which is the Consumer Price Index, which is the Fed's #1 report that they look to, they want that, the Fed want that target at 2%. When you factor in, I love that the balloons go up when you do that. When you factor in the real-time rent, on that report, rents are year over year. So January 2024 will replace January 2023. Well, that was an elevated number. And if we look at the real-time data, and if they factored that lag in, they'd already be at their 2% target. So I believe in March or the May Fed meeting, they'll start cutting the prime rate, which will show that inflation's coming down and the bond market will react negatively to the positively, excuse me, to that. Remember that just because the bond market rallies doesn't mean the Fed cut interest rates, and vice versa. If they cut and something else happens, mortgage rates could still go up. That's very unlikely to happen, but it could. So no, just because you hear the Fed cut the prime rate, let's say 0.75%, doesn't mean mortgage rates go 0.75% down. What matters is what these markets trade at, what these bonds trade at. Last story. We have a loan officer that did a open house with his real estate partner last November before Thanksgiving. There was 3 people at that open house. They took the property off the market. They went through the holidays and they just relisted the property. Now, gosh, what is that? Just 2 months later, 60 days later, there was 108 people there. Buyers are coming out of the woodwork due to rates dropping. It's estimated that 5 million buyers more qualified to purchase in our country every time mortgage rates come down 0.5%. That doesn't mean all 5 million of them go to the market. It means they could. It's estimated that about 1 million of those buyers come to the market every 0.5% cut in rate. That's what the National Association of Realtors says. So there is much more demand than there is supply. New construction cannot keep up with this. And people think because a property's listed that equals inventory. It doesn't, because the person listing that property has to go somewhere else. So unless they die, or unless that property gets torn down and a bunch of condos get put on it, we're not increasing inventory. That's the concept no one understands, is we have to do massive amounts of new construction to make up for the 15-year lag or lack of construction in our country. And when you put immigration on top of this and more people migrating to our country, this problem is exacerbating. It's not getting changed. So property values will continue to grow up. Don't be fearful. Get into the market now. Rates will come down. The payments will be more affordable. And in 2 or 3 years, you'll be super grateful that you made this move, because property values will be way more. So we would love to help you with that. Please make sure we run numbers for you, as many of clients are offering above list price right now. And a couple of them would come back surprised how much higher their payments were versus the payments we went over with them at list price. So make sure you involve us before you make an offer, and definitely let us know when you make an offer so I can call the listing agent and I can be your hype man. You have one of the best lenders in the country, you have an amazing realtor, and you're a great buyer. So I want to make sure the sell side knows that. That's my job, is to help you get the deal, and we're here to help you do that. Call us if we can do anything for you. 312-731-4939, 312-731-4939.